demanded that the army will allow them into Gaza. And they made it all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has ruled that they should be allowed. However, the Supreme Court made it clear in its decision that this is not only about crossing into Gaza, it also involves the time when they will ask to come back. During a war, especially a war against Hamas, we have witnessed, unfortunately, too many attacks on the crossings. So we had no control over the situation, which meant that by the time the aerial attacks were over and the ground attack started, despite of the Supreme Court ruling, it was impossible for us to allow them in. I just want to remind the people here, and unfortunately this was in my quite long introduction that you didn't have a chance to hear, that people are talking about the Israeli blockade of Gaza. But, and this is a very important but, there is one more country that controls a border with Gaza. It's called Egypt. During the war, first of all, I think that the journalists could have tried entering through Gaza. Now, I remember one thing that made a strong impression on me, at least, as an Israeli. The words by the Egyptian president, Hosni Mubarak. He was very much criticized, as you can expect. Why don't you open the Rafah crossing? And he answered, I will only open the Rafah crossing when Mahmoud Abbas is allowed back to Gaza.
Thank you. Is there any sound on this? Thank you. Erik Fosse, I suppose that Mr. Ivry refers to you when he says that Norwegian media have been too much zoomed in on the issue at hand here. And so I would challenge you now to zoom out and comment on Mr. Ivry's points here.
First of all, I will present myself a little bit more than you did, because I was one of the two doctors in Gaza, I guess, but I'm also the director of Norwak. And I've been the director since 1983, when we started sending help to the Palestinians in Gaza and West Bank and other places in the Middle East, and we also work in the Balkans. We are, unlike Norsk Folkehjelp, Norwak is not, we do not have a political agenda. We are a pure humanitarian organization. That's why none of you have heard about us before, because we don't collect money in Norway even. We are 100% funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But we are one of the biggest actors in Gaza and have been for a long time. Our budget in Gaza last year was 30 million Norwegian kroner. So we are a huge actor there, and we know the situation very well. But I don't think I've commented the situation in the Middle East for the last 20 years. So we do not have a political agenda. The problem here is, well, there are many. First of all, some comments. This is not about the security of entering Gaza during the war, because actually the border was closed for both. We noticed already in September that the people from our organization normally traveling across the border had problems. The problem started of crossing. We know also that this applied to journalists, and we know it applied to other humanitarian organizations. So this was a deliberate, and I didn't realize that at the time. We thought that there was something wrong with the formalia, that we needed to get some more papers and so on. But actually this strategy of emptying Gaza of foreigners started in September. So there